first up, we have Lukas Allen Dietsche, and he is from the Superior Duluth area, and he mostly writes poetry and novels. Welcome, Lukas. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Lukas. Oh, nice 2G. You got a big cigar.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, everybody. My name is Lukas Allen Dietsche from the Superior Duluth area. I am a self-taught poet. I've graduated in history and got my master's in criminology. But my focus is like poetic criminology for like my grown-up life. But like I've published quite a few books, and I have a blog called Xenial Poetry Notes that I like to read, or like I like to write about like the cusp generation between 1977 and 1985. And it's an important like generation because like it's in the middle of like writing notes and putting them on the lockers to like learning technology and everything. So especially with me that I have like depression and anxiety, like being in like another part of time, this COVID, definitely gives me a lot of ways and stuff to like talk about. So I definitely have like very imagery struck poetry. I like to really get to the down to like the atoms of how things are like visualized and everything. And I was at Verconia near Taylor Falls, Minnesota with my girlfriend a couple months ago. And I am going to read a couple poems in regards to like Franconia is this like outside visual art display of like very, very prolific and eclectic art. Like you just have to go there. It's hard to describe of what's there. So the first poem is called Born in an Imagination I Once Knew. Between echoing toenail silver of sunnight, we were there before dark light wears the previous day's trauma. Snuck into the Friconian woods for itself was this monster esquestrian, flame torched by fire breath and oxified melted mercury, connecting creaking sums of deformed alkaloids, wrapping scarves of wrapped, warped canvas skins, ripped air ducts and olive greens around copper hoops, garden hoses and pipes from plumbing infrastructure, hollow lungs room for sparrows, gas mask for some face, and some emptiness iron eyes. Four bronze makeshift leg stands makes the horse's hellet body. This monster formation was born in an imagination I once knew, wailing from an aborted night terror. I be this monster's rider, using its wired mane as bridle, its body of iron equipment as saddle, the brass gold faint stars as only compass, leaving sage and showering wings of coniferous, burning out of horses' pores, trotting into midnights into a carved white hole. And that is Born in Imagination I Once Knew. Another one is because I've been writing a lot about memories and the new normal, what did last year look like, what will New Year look like. This is still kind of taking place in Franconia, but it's another piece of art there. It's called What We Sacrificed for the Memories. In a rural roar, scratches of pine, galaxy of forest, I heard gently ossify, entering the fields of the statue park, recycled from historic trash imagination. Art must get wet in an open air gallery. With you, Esther, both eyes centered, disciplined, screaming blue over triumphant skins. Glass, tins, wood, brass, steel were words bent into shapes. A Soviet armada of realisms on a plane. There was this huge plaster head, a white man's head, single hand out, unarmed from the body uniform. One size 50 boot stands sunbathing in silhouette, scorched from being dried. That is what we sacrifice for the memories. I've also really loved going to abandoned towns, abandoned roads. I went to Rochester this summer to the abandoned quarry and where the sanatorium was. And this poem is called Quarry Hill. Take a look at the ecosystem from skied heights, down at new meridians, imagination supplying me. Sanatorium, lawn sown bodies in rows, middle of whittles, locusts, flowers, red berries juxtaposed, grimy, gray, graffitied quarry fortifications. This is where God pushed these people down, homeless souls, unable to go to heaven's cradle, yet too good for hell. Long live the quarantine, scratched on sanatorium's leftovers and spray paint. Quarry cave is where cool breath and talk of ghosts trapped. Closed mouth of cellar gate. Phantoms, aberrations, incantations, shade without colors. Forest's grandkids taking up last time took back. That's Quarry Hill. I'll read another one that's about abandoned stuff. So it's like looking at abandoned sometimes like they're historical monuments, and it's interesting like since COVID, like we can't go to like a lot of historical like museums and stuff. So it's like almost like a lot of abandoned structures or whatever were abandoned in time and now they're abandoned again through COVID. So this one poem is called On the Way to Being an Abandoned Town Again. It says creaking wooden steel merry-go-round and traversing shovel toys, weeds encroach sand, eerie sense of touch, sulfate smell, hear an ant beat, heartbeat. Was this mortal ground scolded by the times? Or on the way to be a ghost town? There's cemeteries drowning in river, way woods with white dead houses, abandoned again. Once in history, another because of COVID. These are towns not destined for any lives.
Thank you.
There's a poet I really like called Mina Loy, and she wrote this poem in the 20s called The Lunar Baedeker. And Lunar Baedeker is a moon map. And I was very I've been like obsessed with this poet for 20 years, and I wrote a poem kind of in her style, and I sent it to like this Mina Loy Foundation, and they loved it because it's kind of almost in her style. So this is called I Am the Last Lunar Baedeker. Dusk is that last rusty light show before overthrow of Topaz, opulent sun, breaking down to the ground again. Moon comes to throne in a silent celestial coup, being alloy and one iron ore, circular peach pit. I will go there, on galactic pheromones, to the silver glass zirconia, where moon is more useful to pilot my burning moods. Plant the thuds on cremation shale ash and wild release. My feet lifting night dust, from inside vacuum lunar scent. I go bone white naked into ivory oceans, cold and boring. Wade solace as solar human in the silver surf, creating misty, random atoms of moving hydrogen bonds, soaking in the selenium with my head on feldspar, thinking that I am the last lunar Baedeker.